Bombardiro Crocodilo, a fearsome blend of crocodile and B-25 bomber. Skilled at ground assaults, he fought heroically in the Croco-Avenian Wars and led his kin to triumph, until treachery by his brother Bombini Guzzini. Music. Explosive percussion. Cappuccino Assassino! Formerly an Avenger, Cappuccino turned into an elite hitman for the crime queen Espersona. He fell for Ballerina Cappuccino, Espersona's sister, but betrayal and intrigue destroyed their love. Grief-stricken, he vowed vengeance. Music. Digital mallet tones. Chimpanzini Bananini! A lively cross of chimpanzee and banana. He never stops moving, jumping, twirling, and shedding banana peels that send foes slipping. Music. Bright synthesizer. Trallallero trallalla! This three-legged shark sports bright blue Nike sneakers. Instead of swimming, he strides swiftly along the ocean floor. Originating from the beaches of planet Sahura, he is married to Trallolita Trallolita. He can create duplicates of himself through regeneration and performs extraordinary long jumps. Music style, steel drum kit. Lirili is a fantastical mix of elephant and cactus, who balances on two legs in a single sandal, always wearing a watch. Gifted with the power to bend time, foresee events, and control vegetation, he serves as a guardian of deserts and has clashed with other trend figures like Berber Powim and Tong 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 Sahur. His theme sound is a deep bass drum. Cacasito Satellito. Cacasito Satellito is a strange fusion of a rat and an old satellite. Once orbiting the skies, he fell from space into the Forbidden Zone 9. Since then, he has been leaking the hidden scandals and forbidden knowledge of Brainrot. His closest ally is Spionero Galubiro, and together they know far too many secrets. Music type, snare drum. Rhino Tosterino. Rhino Tosterino was engineered in Naples at Panini Tech Labs, where scientists attempted to merge a rhinoceros with a smart kitchen machine. A lightning strike short-circuited the experiment, locking the toaster into infinite toasting mode, fusing permanently with the rhino's DNA. Its main attack is the blazing toaster punch. Music type, splash cymbal. Talpa di ferro. Talpa di ferro is a mechanical mole tank built for subterranean warfare. Considered a hidden weapon from the great meme war between Bombambini Guzzini and Bombardier Crocodilo, it has the power to tunnel through even the hardest metal. Musical type, drum set. Orcalero Orcala. Orcalero Orcala, a hybrid of killer whale and sneakers, was born during a pirate shipwreck. Bold and fearless, he is the sworn rival of Trollero Trollala. His special strike, the accent fin blow, crashes down like thunder across the water. Music type, synthesizer. Ballerino Lololo. Ballerino Lololo. Ballerino Lololo is a milkshake given muscle and grace. Once an opening act for the dancer Cappuccino, he loved her deeply. But when she chose Cappuccino Asino instead, he was left to dance alone forever. Music type, DAW. Ballerina Cappuccina. Ballerina Cappuccina, the perfect blend of ballet grace and cappuccino charm. Elegant, moody, and devoted, she once loved Cappuccino Assassino. Their romance ended when Espresso Signora, his jealous sister, tore them apart. Afterward, Cappuccina found comfort with Tong 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 Sahur, yet deep down she never let go of her first love. Music type, synthesizer. Chef Crabracadabra. Chef Crabracadabra is part man, part crab. Born in Sicily around 1939, he worked as a fisherman until desperation forced him into a pact with a sea witch. He traded away his soul in recipes, transforming into a demon of the deep. With his cursed frying pan, he drifts between worlds, speaking forgotten tongues. At 3:33 a.m., a summoning spell can call him forth. Though he stays neutral in open wars, he runs a hidden restaurant bunker and secretly smuggles spices that can twist minds. Music type, crash cymbal. Trick-track baraboom. Trick-track baraboom began as a simple zucchini until, on the night of the great thunderstorm, magical rain transformed it into a living creature. Skittish of wide spaces, it hides at the first sign of danger. It once guided Bombini Gusini safely through a dark forest passage. Musical type maracas. Espressona Signora. Espressona Signora is the widow of Arabico, a powerful coffee baron. After his sudden death, she inherited both his empire and a binding pact with the ancient coffee spirit Boyo. Musical type, digital piano. Trippi troppi, troppa trippa. Part cat and part shrimp, this character uniquely moves in reverse. Once an ally of Bombardiero Crocodillo in battle, he survived a failed offensive and mutated into something unknown. His tail can snare opponents, and his reverse dash propels him instantly backward. Music style, explosive rhythm. Udin-din-din-din-dun. After swallowing orange seeds, Udin transformed into a muscular orange-human hybrid. When enraged, he detonates, leaving a giant citrus crater. Jam is his weakness. He met his end in a forest where jam consumes all. Musical type piano. Trullimero Trullicina. This speedy predator combines a cat's agility with a fish's swimming skills and has 4 human-like legs. Able to walk and swim at once, Trullimero dominates both land and sea, consuming anything he encounters. Music, synth pluck. Brr brr patapim, il mio cappello è pieno di slim. Part tree and part monkey, yet walking on human legs, Patapim is a vigilant forest protector. He enjoys feijoada and games like Blox Fruits and Minecraft. His powers include fierce root strikes, the signature Pipim attack, and a mighty leap that shakes the ground. Music, Kabasa. Frulli frulla. Once an ordinary green hummingbird, Frulli became hyperactive after drinking an experimental fruit concoction. His frenzied wings create whirling vortexes that pull nearby objects toward him. Legends tell of his destruction by the hero Burr Burr Patapim. Music, conga rhythms. La vacca Saturno Saturnita, a calm but mighty cow-shaped being with glowing rings around its body. It can launch or ride these rings for movement or attacks, and its resonant moo can lull others into a trance. It often sleeps standing inside its own rings. Music, ride cymbal. 6, 7. Once the perfect student of the number academy, 67 smiled through every test, even as the equation started whispering back. Now his huge eyes shimmer with static, and his grin is just a mask for the buzzing echo of 1,000 unfinished tasks. Those who look at him too long feel time loop and notifications ring in their heads. Yet they keep coming back, addicted to his broken charm. Music, glitch synth. Chicletera bicicletera. A vintage red gumball vendor fused with a bike after a lightning strike in a deserted scrapyard. Now it sprints on wheel legs and fires gluey gum orbs. Some cling to an enemy's head forever. So fast it seems to outrun time itself. Music type, snare drum. An aquamarine living confessional chair with eyes and legs. Whoever sits hears their darkest thoughts spoken back by the chair as it awakens, eyes widening and mouth opening. It belongs to an ancient tribe of sentient seats. Music type, organ. Antonio! Antonio! Raised among hybrids on Parapima, Antonio was branded demon for his cold calculations and exiled. First of the broccoli folk to master finance, he built Brainrot Bank, storing others' souls in ledgers instead of gold, proving debt beats brute force. Music type, maracas. Nito, bandito. A plantation wraith who hoarded power by bartering stolen fruit souls. A PR pact with Kanye West keeps his fame humming. Music type, bell. La ballerina Whiskey-Tina, twin of ballerina Cappuccina. Rumor says Whiskey-Tina died in a fire and now dances only in reflections. A poised specter no one can decide is living or lost. Music type, electronic voice. Bananita dolfinita. A cross between a banana and a dolphin, Bananita is brilliant and mischievous. Her high-frequency sonic scream can confuse even the strongest minds. Music, vocals. Blueberrini, octopusini.
Bloop, a mysterious fusion of blueberry and octopus, was once a Roman princess in 44 BCE, known for her compassion and pacifism. Now she drifts across the Mediterranean depths, guided by a moral code stronger than steel. She wields the tentacle of justice, capable of killing, yet she swore never to use it. Music. Soft infant cries.
Boberito Bondito? Once known as a peaceful dam architect, this beaver turned his back on construction to embrace a life of crime in the wild, ungoverned forests. When the Croco-Avian conflict broke out, he sided with the birds after the crocodiles threatened his home swamp. Music, guitar riffs. Il sacro cabro spaghetti mistico. This half-goat, half-spaghetti sage carries the wisdom of forgotten centuries. His glowing eyes pierce the veil between worlds, and with a whisper he can summon spirits to his aid. Revered by some, feared by others, Cabro Spaghetti embodies both mystery and might. Music. Vocals. Frigo camelo buffo fardello. Born from the wreck of a caravan that sank in a sparkling soda river, Frigo is a bizarre fusion of camel and refrigerator. Whenever he gets excited, the air around him freezes within a 3-meter radius. He can march across molten lava and still stay perfectly chilled. His eternal nemesis is Udin Din Din. Music, organ tones. Greng, 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 bus ireng. It arrives where people wait too long for a ride. Boarding is a pact. The route never loops back. Passengers travel forward, away from everything they knew. Music type, glitch. Nuclearo dinosauro, a reactor raptor born in a secret lab after the skies reddened and seas vanished. Built as a weapon, it chose to stand guard over the ashes of civilization. Music type, explosion. Bici Lamanucci. Beneath every Brainrot realm runs a web of shadowed minds. Its gatekeeper, Pichi Lamanucci, bars wanderers from the core of absurdity. When his helmet lamp flares, your worst fears take shape. Music type, splash symbol. Piccione macchina. Pichi pichi adore matinas. A pigeon fused with a Tesla-style Cybertruck. Spouse of Picanetta Machina, acts as mediator and spy between worlds, decoding Sahur's drum codes and brokering ceasefires in the Brainrot Wars. Music type, piano. Yippee! Strawberry! A squirrel raised not in woods, but in a covert lab where fruit genes were spliced with animal traits. She escaped and now races freely through Brainrot. Music type, choir. Salamino pinguino, mezzo salame, mezzo pinguino. A penguin from Parapima's ice caverns stole a shard of everlasting salami from the god's pantry. The theft cursed him. His body fused with the meat and his soul splintered. He can freeze the world around him in an instant. Music type, crash cymbal. Sahur. A lone door found in the dead desert. Legend claims a Brainrot realm lies beyond it, but only Sahur can command and open it. Music type, double bass. Il mastodontico telepiedone planetario. Arbiter of worlds. When Telepiodon sets foot on a planet, he weighs its fate, be spared for life or wiped to silence. The screen on his chest replays frozen shards of lost oceans, cities, and wars music type, digital voice. Boneca Ambalabu. A freakish blend of frog and car tire, Boneca is feared for her sudden, unstoppable bursts of speed. She appears without warning and vanishes just as fast, leaving chaos in her wake music, choir.
I don't think you can click on the next video before time runs out.
Mateo!
Mateo is the fiery little guardian of the forest. When strangers enter his territory, he pelts them with stones and yells warnings from the treetops. He is swift and disappears instantly, but if someone treats the forest with respect, he becomes surprisingly friendly. Mizik type. Glitch.
Il mago tiramisù, se lo guardi ti fa un ciu-ciu.
Mago Tiramisu tried to revive his beloved using an ancient dessert ritual, but the spell misfired and trapped his soul inside a slice of tiramisu. Now he exists as a living piece of cake, eternally sweet, eternally forgotten. Mizik type, flute.
Bam bam, bim bim, bom bom. Spaghetti toaletti, toaletto spaghetto.
Piero hated his grandmother's pasta and secretly flushed her spaghetti down the toilet every day. One evening she caught him and warned, "Those who waste food will become part of the plumbing." The curse took effect, turning him into Spaghetti Toaletti, the restless spirit of pasta and pipes. Now he punishes anyone who disrespects food. Mizik type, electric guitar.
La esoxecola!
In a Javanese village lived a boy named Dharma who always insisted, "Studying can wait." He overslept an important exam, then another, and soon vanished entirely. A year later, he was found in an abandoned school, pale, overgrown, still in uniform. Since then, he wanders through dreams around 3 a.m., reminding children not to forget their studies. Mizik type, organ.
Palibabel, Palibabel, Palibabel.
In 2007, a gamer spent 72 hours playing Tetris without sleep. At a certain moment, the pieces began moving on their own. The game froze, yet he stepped out of the screen. Now he forces others to play. If you lose, you replace him inside the game. Mizik type, digital voice.
Apponini Catonlini!
Apponini Catonlini, a mix of an apple and a cat, was originally designed as a fighter for the elite fruit squad. However, he rejected violence and chose a peaceful life instead. He roams small villages in Mexico, singing melancholic ballads that are said to soothe wounded hearts. Mizik type, double bass.
Pinino Bombondino.
In the city of Zuccarini Alta, researchers attempted to engineer emotional pigs, gentle creatures meant to comfort anxious children. But due to a mistake, a military combat code was uploaded into Svinino's system. The harmless therapy animal transformed into a dangerous entity and escaped into the world.
Sigma, Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy.
Sigma Boy is an unusual fusion of sushi and penguin. According to old tales, he once served in the secret sushi clan Nagiri Noag, a group of warriors bound by strict vows. During one mission, he broke the sacred rule by sparing an opponent. Branded a traitor, he was cast out and now wanders the world seeking redemption for his choice. Mizik type, Bellino.
Octo Coco Cocosini.
In 2031, during ocean cleaning experiments near the Tuamotu archipelago, one hybrid organism rejected all commands and escaped into the deep. This creature became known as Octopussy coconusi, the silent shadow beneath the waves, heard only through distorted sonar echoes. Mizik type, electronic voice.
Brr, estepatipum.
A giant once wandered a scorching desert, nearly burned alive by the heat. On the brink of collapse, he discovered an ancient cup filled with shimmering iced tea. Stepping inside, he vanished and transformed into Bur Estepatipum, the icy guardian of the desert. Music type. Vocals.
Bambini Crossini, Vesuvio Gondola.
Bambini Crostini is a hybrid of a deer and a croissant, an adorable but unstable experiment. With pastry-like horns and crumb-covered hooves, it wanders through early morning bakeries, bringing quiet good luck to kind-hearted people. Music type. Chorus.
Il cacto ippopotamo.
A cacto is a strange mix of a hippopotamus and a cactus. He serves as a timeless guardian of the desert, having stood in the sands for 2 centuries without ever taking a step. Alive since 1801, he's known for absolute lawfulness. Anyone who dares to touch him gets hurt on his sharp thorns. Music type. Bass.
Bri, bicus, dicus, de dicus.
Drumus is a hybrid of a Roman bird warrior and a berry. He came into the world near the Colosseum under its towering shadow. When war broke out, he fought alongside the birds after crocodiles wiped out the raspberry plantations. His powers are deadly: a piercing battle cry that throws enemies off balance, and a raspberry blast that detonates on impact during attacks. Music type. Steel drum kid.
Chivito bandito.
Kiwito Bandito is an outlaw from the Kiwi clan, trapped in a never-ending feud with 2 rival groups: the Banana clan, led by Banananito Bandito, and the Beaver clan of Brito Bandito. Each clan dominates its own realm: jungles, plantations, or water territories. Music type. Flute.
Tracotucotulu de la peladustuz.
This creature was born when a violent tornado swept an old camel and a Volkswagen into the sky, crushing them together in a storm of sand and metal. From the wreckage arose a strange new being. Music type. Vocals.
La vacca Saturno Saturnita? Ma no. Il bisonte Giupitere Giupiterceto.
Ancient tales describe a rare cosmic moment when Saturn and Jupiter moved in harmony, giving birth to 2 extraordinary beings: La Vacca Saturno and Il Bisonte Giupitere. She rules the flow of time, while he commands the pull of gravity. Music type. Synthesizer.
Tirilicalica! Tirilicalaco!
Terracalica began as an ordinary desert chicken who died from thirst. Ingenious ancient builders reconstructed her with internal cooling systems so heat would never harm her again. Now she serves as a guardian of climatic balance, shifting the weather with a single cry. Music type. Digital piano.
Ketupat kepat prekupat kupat kepet kepot.
According to island legends, every soul must walk across a bridge made of rice after death. Those who ignored sacred customs during their lifetime are confronted by Ketupat, a judge crafted from ceremonial food. He decides whether the spirit may continue onward or be sealed inside a woven green prison of palm leaves. Music type. Drum set.
Alessio!
Alessio was once a ruthless football coach who pushed his players to the limit, training them until their sneakers tore apart and their toes fractured. In desperation, the team performed an ancient drum ritual, and the curse turned him into a rolling human sphere. Now he endlessly tumbles as punishment for his cruelty. Music type. Dawala drum.
Pakrahmat mamamat matmat mamatto.
Pakrama Tamamat is a tall, pencil-limbed creature who visits students avoiding their studies. Late at night, he creeps into bedrooms, glowing faintly and illuminating forgotten notebooks. He forces his victims to write, memorize, and solve exercises until dawn. Music type. Electric guitar.
I don't think you can click on the next video before time runs out.